Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How are you guys doing? Little bit of a last minute stream as usual. You guys know. I should try to organize things, much ahead of time, but with the things with Inter, something just pops off all of a sudden, and you just kind of like feel compelled to just do something at that moment. So it's like I was planning on making more of a recorded video today, talking about the latest news, things like that, but things have popped off today in terms of Dumfries. There's been some confirmation about Dumfries and Chelsea, and also the domino effect that the PSG, Chelsea, the whole thing going on with the centre back drama going on for them. That leads to Skriniar being involved in all of this. So yeah, so I just felt like I needed to come on. Yeah, shouts out to the people that were on the Twitter space just a moment ago. Thank you for coming through. So yeah, we got in the house. We got 17 people, which is more than I expected actually. Balkan Warrior in the house. Milinkovic and Belanova starters, bro. If you finish top 6, we're lucky. Yeah, I mean that is that is a downgrade for sure. That is a downgrade for sure. What's up, Joe? Tuning in from the gym. That's it. That's what I like to see. Getting that pump, getting some gains. At least you're getting some gains. Inter are not gaining anything. We're losing, if anything. Mattia with the usual positivity. Rest in peace, Inter. Eduardito in the house. What's up, brother? Mr. Jesus in the house. Hashraf says he's got a bad feeling about this season. Let's wait, bro. Let's wait until this Mercato ends. I know this being Inter fans is just, you can never be truly positive about going into a season, but let's see how this Mercato ends. Patrick is one of the, I think the Skriniar one, the Dumfries one, this is what we'll talk in a minute, but I think this is the one guy that we don't want to sacrifice him. Well, I don't, if in an ideal world I don't want to sacrifice any of these guys in this team, but if we had to pick a guy, he's not part of the big guys. He's not part of the Skriniar, Brozovic, Barella, Bastoni, Lautaro. He's just outside that. So I think, Patrick, a lot of people would agree with you. Really worried if you lose them, although I don't want Dumfries to go, considering our wing back worries. Exactly, that's one of the reasons why I would want to keep him. Hey, Chelsea fan in the house here. Are these guys any good? Yeah, of course, bro. These guys are good. Dumfries is a starter right wing back for Holland. Or right back, depending on what formation they switch between. And the Skriniar is the future captain of Slovakia now. One of the best centre backs in the world for sure. Probably the best centre back in Serie A, although he hasn't got the little trophy to prove it. But if you ask people that watch Serie A, they'll tell you the best centre back in the league. Keep Lazaro. I don't know about that, bro. I know he's looked okay in preseason, but it's the standards are on the floor if like that's enough for him to stay. I do agree that Lazaro hasn't actually been given a chance at this club. Like he had those 4 or 5 months on the Conte and he was just like sent out on never-ending loans, but he never actually got a proper chance to prove himself at the club. But then he's got the chances. He went to Newcastle, he went to Gladbach, he went to Benfica. Like he's had plenty of chances to show himself and he's not worked out. We just need money, bro. We just need money. Bankruptcy coming. Yeah, well, I don't know about that, bro. I mean, Suning are struggling, but I don't know about bankruptcy. Matthias says, love how you both, you and Anthony made a video on the same day, and it was like you guys follow a different club regarding positivity and negativity. Well, yeah, I mean, Anthony, I spoke to him after that video. He said he was tired, long day at work, so that was kind of just him letting all the frustrations out. But it was funny watching Anthony from Inter Worldwide letting his frustrations out on yesterday, I think it was. Suning are the ones I want to leave. Of course, the longer they are in charge, the worse will be financially. Exactly, mighty Mao. It's too late to lose Dumfries or Skriniar. There are not many targets left, to be honest. At least we can see Primavera players. Maybe. Where's our Skriniar and sign the tribute now? That is my biggest fear in my life right now. Like, I'm not fearing death. I'm not fearing mortgage payments. I'm not fearing, anything in my life right now. I'm fearing that these guys are going to sell Skriniar and replace him with like Milinkovic and Acerbi. And, I like Milinkovic, but if you bring in Milinkovic and Acerbi to replace Skriniar, oh boy, it's going to be fun. I mean, and I'm saying fun in quotes, but fun by as in is going to be a shit show. It's going to be an absolute shit show if that's what we end up with by the end of this market. Is Skriniar and Dumfries worth the cash though? Reported 110 million combined for both of these guys. Bruv, you Premier League guys, you guys are the last people that should question are these guys worth the cash. You man spent 70 million on Kepa. You spent like 70, 80 million on what's his name? Havertz. You spent 50 million on Werner. If I'm telling you that this guy is the best centre back in the league, that guy is worth at least 70 million. He's worth more than Maguire. And Dumfries starting right wing back for the Netherlands is worth 40 million. So yes, they're worth at least 110 million, but more than 110 million. But because of our financial issues, you'll probably be able to get them for that much. But use EPL guys, you got the last people that should question price tags for the prices that you guys pay in that league. If the Koundé deal collapsed and there's no time, Chelsea will go. Yeah, so this is the domino effect that I wanted to talk about, basically. So Chelsea were supposed to go for Koundé. It looked like it was done, 50, 60 million. Then it looks like he's going to Barcelona. They need a centre-back quite badly. Christensen left. Rudiger left, so they need centre-back just like us. We need centre-backs quite badly, or one centre-back at least quite badly. So do they, but they need like a starter, to be honest. So that could push them to go. Like, there's not that many good centre-backs in the market, and that's why, PSG are going for Skriniar. So all of that situation, Chelsea want Kimpembe, but PSG don't know if they want to sell. They're asking for a lot of money. So yeah, the Skriniar could end up being part of this kind of domino effect of centre backs that, if Kimpembe goes to PSG, then PSG maybe come back for Skriniar with the 70, 80 million that we want. If Koundé goes to Barcelona, then Chelsea might want to go straight for someone like Skriniar. So yeah, we're just like, and we already suffered from this domino effect before. Remember the Ligt domino effect, because the Bayern Munich bought De Ligt, which gave Juventus the money to go buy Bremer. So we were left with our penis in our hand, and this could happen again. These domino effects going around for the centre backs around Europe could leave us. We could be the losers out of all of this. What's happening here? We are currently on the edge of abyss, hanging by a thread. It does feel like that a bit sometimes. Rowe needs to sell Pinamonti, a couple of youngsters. Dalbert is injured. Lazaro would work as a backup for Gosens. Yeah, I mean, he has been working as a backup for Gosens until now. But if we sign a centre back, then Darmian would be that guy. Is the reason why Lazaro is being played is because Darmian has to play centre back at the moment. Because numerically we're fine there in terms of numbers at wing back. And then the fact that we can't sell Dalbert, it means that we have to make some money out of Lazaro, whatever we can make out of Lazaro. Of course, our chances diminish if Skriniar leaves. PSG got the light. Yeah, so PSG, one thing that gives me some confidence is the fact that PSG now have signed Nordi Mukiele. The PSG, he's a right back by trade, but he's kind of like one of these modern kind of hybrid, fullback / centre back. So it looks like PSG might be playing as a in a 3 at the back formation. So we're not sure whether they've signed Mukiele as like the backup to Hakimi, or as one of the centre back options, or both. Because he can cover both. So we don't know whether he was the alternative to Skriniar or not. But at least it gives us a little bit of hope that they're not desperate for Skriniar, at least now that they've signed this Mukiele guy. And actually quite a very smart deal. 16 million euros plus bonuses, I think, leading up to like 20 million euros, which Mukiele, I think that's a very, very smart deal. Talented athletic player. Definitely, I think is a smart buy. And that's what Campos, the new PSG director, was brought in to do. No more big star signing, more scouting heavy approach. Yeah, Dumfries is athletic, hard worker, but it always seems, he's not great on the ball. That's definitely, I mean, Chelsea fan, if you're still here, Sardwolf, he is we call him. I call him is like my slander name for him, and a lot of people do call him this. I'm not claiming I created this, but we call him Brick Freeze. He's not that great on the ball. He's a bit like, he's not bad on the ball, but he just looks a little bit clunky on the ball. And I think he could play in the back three. So this is the thing that I'm confused why Chelsea are linked with Dumfries, is because Dumfries is the right wing back for us, right wing back / right back for Netherlands. But his physique and his defensive ability do point to the fact that he could possibly play in the back three if possible. But he's never played there for us. And I don't know if he's played there in the past, but I don't think so. So that points to me either you guys are looking to move Reece James to the right centre back, or you're signing Dumfries as the backup to Reece James as the right wing back. But that's way too much money for a backup. So I'm not sure what you guys are actually what the reason really is for you guys going in for Dumfries. So let me quickly share where the because usually you guys know I don't really like to comment on most of the rumors, but it looks like there are confirmations coming out of England about this Dumfries thing. So Nizar Kinzella, who's pretty reliable Chelsea focused journalist for the Evening Standard, has confirmed that Chelsea are interested in Dumfries after missing out on Jules Koundé, which is this is the weird thing, because Koundé obviously is a centre back, and you would be playing like right centre back for Chelsea. So are they thinking that they want to convert Dumfries into the centre back, or do they want to move Reece James into the centre back? So that's the confusing part for me here. And then Skriniar is also the other guy that's interesting, as I said, the Blues. And then there was what's his name? Was this Simon Phillips? He is another Chelsea guy. Yeah, I think it's this guy. Yeah, Chelsea. He's another Chelsea guy. And did he say? That's the way he tweeted something about. Yeah, you tweeted earlier saying Dumfries links are legit. Wrote about it this morning. So there looks like there is confirmation around these rumors around Dumfries. So that's why I felt the need to do this live stream, to be honest, because it was, we know we have to sacrifice someone. And then I've always said from the beginning, if it has to be someone, for me, it's always been Dumfries. What's up, Emiliano? Narazuri NL, a long time you haven't been able to watch the live stream. Good to see you, bro. Alex Chanquino, confused. So if we offload Pina and Dzeko or Sanchez, we keep Skriniar. Nothing is really related to that, to be honest, Alex. This is the Skriniar thing is just, Pinamonti just gives a little bit of leeway in terms of we're able to bring someone as a centre back, because at the moment we still need a centre back. The Skriniar thing is like a more bigger thing, because he's a potentially a 70 million euro move. So whatever happens with Pinamonti or Dzeko, like if that 70, this is the issue we've been talking about. If the 70, 80 million comes, he's gone, regardless of what happens with Sanchez, Dzeko, Pinamonti. This guy, if someone stumps up the money, Suning will sell him, and this is why we're moaning. You think we can give money and Lukaku in exchange, bro? Lukaku is on loan at the moment, so you can't make a deal with Lukaku whilst he's on loan right now. You'd have to make that deal next year, so you can't use Lukaku as a move right now in this chessboard. You have to use different players. Exactly, Pogrom. Right now, every year just as we're on the cusp, like Scudetto winning year, we're like, yeah, let's go to the next level. Let's take it to the next level. We can challenge in Europe. Nope. Sell Lukaku, sell Hakimi. Goodbye Conte. Goodbye Eriksen. Slight downgrade this year. Again, well, we'll see. Again, I'm not going to judge until the end of the Mercato, but right now we haven't downgraded our team, but it looks like with all these rumors, it's going to be hard not to downgrade if we're going to sell these guys. Dumfries never played RCB, so it's very, very weird rumor. Exactly, bro. Lord Figo is in the house. What's up, brother? Why English media say Italian football is trash, but English media, yeah, you know what it is. Why aren't we extending Skriniar contract ASAP? Yeah, that's what needs to be happening. That's what needs to be happening. But that's what I'm saying. Anna, the Beppe Marotta interview didn't do anything because he said, Skriniar is an amazing player, and then but he's not. He's not off the market. That's the issue. So if they're not renewing his contract, that means that there's still ongoing negotiations. So this is where today's tweet, which is why Inter fans are worried again. I actually started to get a little bit more calm over the last few days. If you guys noticed on my channel about Skriniar, because especially L'Equipe in France were filtering that PSG had changed their plans regarding Skriniar because he was a bit too expensive. But today, the Sport Italia guys, these are the guys that, this summer seem to be very close to Inter in terms of news. Pedulla and Longari, these are the guys that have really been on top of the stuff that's going on at Inter. And they're claiming here, and they've also tagged L'Equipe, so I'm guessing L'Equipe is also part of the story, that tomorrow there's a meeting between PSG for Skriniar. But at the same time, although these guys are very reliable, this especially this summer, they've been super reliable. Biazin, who's a Inter-focused journalist, and this guy, he's actually like, I'm not sure if he's friends, but he must be, because he plays fantasy football with Auxilio. Like there's a screenshot of Biazin somewhere out there where he is in a group chat or he's talking to Auxilio like on a jokey basis, like a WhatsApp conversation. Like this guy has inside knowledge, Biazin, and he's claiming that there isn't. So for him, he says to me, for him, there is no PSG Inter meeting for Skriniar tomorrow. So let's see who's right on that. Let's see who's right. But those Sport Italia guys have been pretty spot on this summer. But at least I hope, even if they do meet, just like get this over and done with, guys. Like I'm so sick and tired of this PSG saga. Like if you're gonna buy him, just stump up the money or just go away, man. Like just make your decision. If you want him, you don't want him. If Inter, just make your mind up. Like this is just dragging on. It's not gonna help anyone. The longer we wait, is just the worst is gonna get for us. Worst case, you pay 75. Nope, that's not gonna happen. You said it before. He just wants to keep us afloat for him to make revenue since he can't inject capital. Yeah, what he's just trying to do is just literally he's trying to reduce the costs now. He's trying to get the losses last year were like 200 million. This year 120 million. He's trying to get too close, back to the point that we were before. 30, 40 million losses. So it's not too bad. Like it's a little bit more attractive for investors. Try to, I think, just pay off the Oak Tree loan as well. I think the expiry date is for next year for that, or 2024. I can't remember. So he just needs, Steven Zhang just needs to make his mind up on what he wants to do with us. I'll be so depressed if Skriniar goes. I'll take a while to recover. Nick's not, bro. Yeah, this would be the most painful 100%. I feel you. King Darian in the house as well. What's up? Sky is also saying there is no meeting. Matteo, thank you very much for updating me. Yeah. That sounds good. But again, I'm not, as Alex says, just rip the band-aid off. Like whatever's gonna happen, at least just like make it happen soon. So at least we can, pivot. At least we got some time to, if we have to sell Skriniar, to at least bloody buy someone else. Right, this is what we can discuss. This is why I wanted to do the live stream today. I want to talk about potential right wing back names for the potential Skriniar, for the potential Dumfries replacement. Eduardo says this situation just places more strain on the relation Zhang Inter. Yeah, this is definitely, we're at an all-time low right now with the Zhang and Inter fans, and I think Skriniar would just be we're on the edge, we're on like the balcony, and the Skriniar would just push us on you're just jumping off the balcony. That would be the moment that you just jump off the Suning if there's any Suning supporters left, that is the moment where you just jump off. Yeah, Diego, we aren't strong economically wise to refuse 80 million offer for Skriniar. We can speak about that as well, but to me, I don't know. It's more a difficult one because we're just so like financially restrained on the Skriniar. It's more of a difficult one. I want to focus on the Dumfries one. I mean, for me, it's going to be Milenkovic. I think once Skriniar goes, they're going to go for Milenkovic. And I'm not even against that, but it's a downgrade. But I'm not even against the Milenkovic buy. It just makes sense to me in terms of the fit in the three at the back. But it's just obviously a massive downgrade. But what I wanted to do first, actually, let me let me get the Excel spreadsheet to quickly just show you why the thing makes sense. No, Guardiola makes no sense, Adriano, because Guardiola, we talked about it. If we sold Bastoni, he is a left back hybrid centre back, very left footed. We need a right footed, we need a right centre back if we sell Skriniar. Guardiola is not the guy. Guardiola was the guy if we ever sold Bastoni. So quickly, let me show you the impact of because I know there's a few there's the big Dumfries fans as well that don't want to sell Dumfries, but look at the impact selling Dumfries will make. So again, I haven't touched this sheet since the last time we looked at it a few days ago, whenever we did it. We're still assuming that Pinamonti finally gets sold at some point for 20. So let's say Dumfries, they're saying, Inter won at least 40 million. Speaking of Denzel Dumfries fanboys, here he is, the number one Denzel fan in the house, my boy Tommy coming through. Yes, here is the famous Excel spreadsheet. It is the world famous Sham Excel spreadsheet, which is not particularly accurate. I'm so Sunit makes a better spreadsheet than mine, but it does the job. But you see, the 40 million for Dumfries, this is without us buying this centre back. So that takes us to the almost to that the special 60 million mark, almost to this. Yeah, exactly. What's up? Almost to the special 60 million mark. And then obviously we're gonna have to buy someone and that depends on what the hell they do here. Worst comes to worst, they do the one that I don't want, this bloody Acerbi guy. I don't know if we even pay any money for this guy as a L. But let's say because he's not even going to be free. But okay, no, actually, I'm going to do this too. Even paying for. Let's just put Milenko. So if we sell Pinamonti and Dumfries, let's say we try buy Milenkovic for 15. That only gives you 18. So you get to 42. That only gives you 18 to make up by June 2023. You could maybe try even push that 40 million with Chelsea. You add some add-ons. I don't know, 42, 43, 44. Get the sell-on clause. Try to get as much as possible. Then you get to the season finishes, and then you end up. All you need is anyone. You could sell. You renew the Vrij for a year. Let's say you try to renew the Vrij for a year, then you just sell him, try to sell him for the least amount, even if you just sell him for 5-10 million. And then Radu went out on loan. Maybe they take, there's options to buy for some of these guys, like Colidio scoring goals in Argentina. Maybe you can get 2 or 3 million next year. That you know what I mean? Then they can start actually getting just some money coming, those desperate deals in June 2022 or 2023, sorry, that gets you closer and closer to that. Zinho's gone out on loan. There's an option to buy there, those kind of deals that they can start. Or then if Casadei suddenly starts to explode, I know you don't want to do that, but you sell him with a buyback clause next summer. You'll find a way to make that 10, 15. If you get to that 18 million, 15 million mark. Auxilio, Marotta, they'll find a way. They'll have like they'll find like a gentleman's agreement. You know how we sold Pinamonti originally to Genoa, if you guys remember. But then there was this gentleman's agreement to buy him back. So we sold him for like 15, and then we bought him back for like 16 because it wasn't written, but it was like a unwritten deal where we kind of had to buy him back. Same thing happened for Zinho. We did that because we needed to make those plusvalenzas. So in that case, if you're at that point where you just need to make that 15 million, you can work, you can do a little bit of creative accounting, as some people would like to call it. Let's change formation. They play with 4 in the back, but yeah, no, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. As long as we have Inzaghi, he's a 3-5-2 till death guy. Yeah, well, that's not really a reason not to buy Acerbi. The reason not to buy Acerbi is that he's had an awful season. I don't really care about AC Milan fans or Serie A fans making fun of us. Yeah, that's also, of course, a fear of like Juve could just play the game of trying to up the price for Milenkovic, because apparently they're also interested in Milenkovic, and the same thing could happen where they just kind of keep raising the price a little bit for him, so we have to end up paying like plus 20 million for this guy when you could have got him for 15. But yeah, so that's why it makes sense, unfortunately, for Denzel fanboys to sell Dumfries, because we can't say no to every player. It's like we know we have to make this money, so we can't say no. We can't sell this guy. Someone needs to go, and we know we don't want Skriniar to go, so someone has to go. And we know that we've been struggling on the wing backs. I know that's painful, the fact that we finally, every time we get a good wing back, full back, that we have to bloody sell Cancelo, Hakimi, all this kind of stuff. But we have to sacrifice somewhere. Milenkovic's agent, Chiesa's agent, I think it's Fali Ramadani. I think he has good relationship with Juventus and Fiorentina. Yeah, of course, the amount of turnover of right wing back is going to buy us at the end. But bro, that's what I'm saying. But who else is he going to sell, bro? Like, what about the turnover at centre back? Like, getting rid of our leader at the back, Skriniar, isn't that turnover much worse than the turnover at right wing back? Like we've seen, even with Candreva, guys. Like, guys, remember on the Conte, the first season with Candreva and Biraghi, guys. Candreva and Biraghi, and we finished, like, what was it, a point behind Juve. I know it was a Fugazi 1 point, but still, like, we were able to challenge for the Scudetto with Candreva and Biraghi in the first year in the Conte. Like, in the 3-5-2, like, because of the way the wing backs push up, you don't need to be a world-class wing back to play in this Inter team, and aging Ashley Young. You don't need to be like a world-class wing back. Like, we can make it work. Well, the positions that we do need is that, the core, the center, where like the strikers, the center mids, like those guys need to be, top level. So yeah, let's have a look. What we're gonna do today is, my friend Nima has very nicely let me use the Y-Scout account. So Y-Scout is a website which is a paid website, but it's got like professional clubs use it. It's got like is where basically you get all the stats, like the deep end stats. Like, you can go search individual players, every single stat. They're it's much more in depth than like SofaScore or like FBref. Like, this is like the clubs actually use this. So we're gonna look at try to find a Dumfries replacement, a right wing back, or like a right back that we can convert into a right wing back. Yeah, Diego This is the life of an Interista. Even if you didn't know these words, you know these words now. Crisi Inter is like, the number one thing Italian newspaper like to say. Plus Valenze, this is where we've become, financial experts, the capital gains. Siamo senza soldi. I mean, I don't think that's such a, you like a common saying, but it means, yeah, we broke, basically. So if you didn't know that one, you can know that one now. Siamo senza soldi. Intro 2 weeks or so away from the start of the season, selling major player. Marotta has never had this in his career. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, just cut the band-aid off right now with the whole Skriniar or Dumfries. Like, at least give us some time to get ready for this, because the season starts earlier. And, Marotta started this in such a good way, didn't he? Like, he wanted to get this team, and it was pretty much ready for Inzaghi, like, at the beginning of July, end of June. Like, he had all the pieces coming in already. But then this part 2 of the transfer window is just the absolute madness, absolute madness, and but not in a good way at the moment. I don't know if there's any free agents. You can have a look. If you can, I don't know, whilst we're doing this, you can have a look for if there's any free agent right wing backs available. I'm sure Marotta and Ozilio are to look for these. So let me share my screen for. So this is Y Scout. So we've got Dumfries' stats here for this past year. So let me filter a few more in. Let me filter some defensive ones in here. So let's filter some defensive duels, aerial duels, interceptions, recoveries. So this is Dumfries in all competition this past season. So this is kind of like his marker. This is what we're looking at in terms of replacing Dumfries. So he completes his crossing 2.2 crosses per match, only 37% accuracy, 48% dribble success out of 2.8. Aerial duels is quite good, 57% out of 4.2, 3 interceptions, quite good. 6 recoveries in the opponent half, 5.6 defensive duels, 6.7 offensive duels, and only 1.4 progressive runs. These are the bits where I am critical of Dumfries, these kind of progressive runs bits. So let's see. So what I've done on Y Scout is I've filtered by this position here. I mean, we could do afterwards, we can do this position here, but then they will show you loads of wingers. So for now, I've just done right backs time frame over the last year, competition scope. So I'm looking in the top 5 EU leagues, because otherwise we make it like, let's just focus on top 5 EU leagues, because you can go like as deep as you want. Like you can go by the South American leagues, you can go like Korean league, you can do whatever you want. At least 1,000 minutes on the field. So at least these stats are reflective of some, they've played enough minutes. So let me add those defensive actions that we added for Dumfries in here as well. Interceptions per 90, aerial duels per 90. So we already have dribbles, offensive duels, crosses, successful attacking actions. Passes, let's put in some passes per 90, key passing. Yeah, we've got this. So let's apply. So you see Trent and Hakimi and Cancelo are the top performers. Obviously that hurts even more looking at Hakimi right there. Not sure why John Stones is coming up in here. So let's see what come of the names. Kalulu comes up in here, Tomiyasu. So you see some of the hybrids coming up in here, like guys that play right centre back / right back. Di Lorenzo comes in here. So you see some of these names here. So we're trying to look for someone. So we're looking for someone that obviously don't say the Hakimi and Trent Alexander and João Cancelo. If we sell Dumfries for 40, guys. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. if we sell we completely forgot to say, if we sell Dumfries, we need to buy a bloody Dumfries replacement, don't we? Oh, God. That was just takes us back to zero. I mean, how the hell would you make that? Would you even make that work? I know he's going to Stingy. I know he's going to Atletico Madrid, but this just takes you to pretty much the square one. If you sell Dumfries for 40 and you buy his replacement for 20, because you still need to buy that centre back. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's crazy. The struggle is real. So we're looking for someone that's obviously not too expensive, guys. So we're looking for someone that we're able to get. I mean, I don't know, 10, 15 million, I would say that would be the ideal price tag, I would say. So yeah, look, Hector Bellerin, we were linked with Hector Bellerin before he went to Betis on loan, and he's got a market value of 20 million right now. So let's try, because this is hard to do it like this. Let's see who the best dribbling ones are. Because my main issue with Dumfries is that part of yeah, exactly. So this is where you realize Skriniar will be sold. Yeah, I don't have Lazaro on the sales because I don't know what his value is. I don't see anyone coming in with actual offers for him, so that's why I've just left it. But hopefully there should be some money coming in for Lazaro as well. Hopefully. But yeah, I think we need a different profile, like from Dumfries. That, as I keep saying, I think he's too similar to Gosens. I think like both of them are guys that love to get into the box, heading, finishing, like. And you saw that stat today. I'm sure a lot of people shared it on Twitter, the Dumfries one, where they showed that he has the most touches in the top 5 European leagues in the opposition box. Let's see if we can find it. Who was it? Yeah, here it is. So Denzel Dumfries registered more touches in the opposition penalty area. Oh, no, okay. So it wasn't like top, but he was just, they knew how to get the interaction. So it was more than Kai Havertz, not more than like top 5 leagues, but it was more than Kai Havertz. But yeah, this is what Dumfries is. That's why I like to call him. He's an auxiliary attacker, and that's what Gosens is as well. He's kind of they don't really partake in the build up too much. Like Perisic was that type of guy who'd partake in the build up, take on players, create chances out of nothing. Where these guys are more, they get on the end of chances, or if they do cross in, is like a first time cross where they've already been set, like a through ball, and they just need to like cross it in. Not really too much taking on a player or like creating and combining with players. So like even if you think back to all the great teams, like the fullbacks, there's always a different profile. You never have like the two fullbacks being the same. I know we're playing with wing backs, but think to Mourinho's the treble team. You had the marauding right back Maicon, and then you had like either Zanetti or Kivu. The safe, the more safe side on the other side. So it's you always have that kind of balance. The two, like I think Dumfries and Dumfries and Gosens to me are a little bit too similar. So that's why Molina to me was quite a good profile, and it's a shame that he's gone to Atletico Madrid. So let's see if you filter by dribbles per 90. Like, yeah, this Tarek Lamptey guy, he would be very interesting. And this is why Cambiaso was an interesting profile. You see Cambiaso here, 6.14 dribbles per 90. Like, he is one of the and a 54% completion rate, so more than 50%. So 3 dribbles per match he was completing, but he's gone to Juventus. Serginho Dest, he probably is on the way out from Barcelona, I'm guessing, because I don't know what Barcelona are doing with him, but he's also averaging more than 6. It's very interesting. Actually, Cambiaso's actually got very interesting numbers when you look at it. He's also ranking high for interceptions. So wait, let me go back. So yeah, he's ranking high for dribbles, but he's also ranking high for interceptions. Interesting. I never actually looked into his Y Scout numbers, Cambiaso. I almost did one of my scout reports on him, but he went to Juve, so good thing I didn't waste time on that. But yeah, and also defensive duels, 7.75 defensive duels per 90. He's got very good underlying stats, Cambiaso. And market value only 5. Yeah, I think Juve in the end only signed him for like 7-8 million. Who else? Oh, look who's it? Bellanova. He is 5 dribbles per 90. Look at that, 63% completion. So really, yeah, that's very high completion rate and attempt rate. So yeah, this is why I was happy that we bought someone like Bellanova, as I said in my scout report video. He's that different profile, but I don't think he's ready yet to be the starter at Inter. Maybe in a year or two he could be if he makes the right steps, but I don't think right now he's starter. I don't think he's starter material. I think he still needs that a year or two to kind of really get his feet underneath him when it comes to starting for a team like Inter. Lazzari, I think Lord Figo mentioned him. So this is one that we could look into, like, the like the low cost if Lotito plays ball, which obviously, actually, as I said, that I should slap myself in the face for saying Lotito playing ball. But he's 28. He is but again, then maybe I think he's a very similar profile to Bellanova. He's like a runner. He's very quick. Like he probably could rival Hakimi in terms of pace, Lazzari. But yeah, look, he's averaging quite high in terms of dribbles. He knows the Inzaghi system. Of course, he was playing the 3-5-2 for Lazio. He broke into the Italian national team under Inzaghi. Odriozola, man, he had an okay year at Fiorentina. Nothing interesting. He's okay, but we're talking about someone that could be coming in starting for Inter right now. And yeah, to be honest, the more I think about it, Lazzari might have to be that guy, because market value 15. You could potentially get him on a loan with the option obligation, that kind of stuff. Defensive numbers are not too bad either. Aerial duels is obviously where you would lose out, because Dumfries is a beast when it comes to aerial. Where did Dumfries' ones go? Yeah, look at that. Dumfries 4.21 aerial duels, and Lazzari was what? Oh, where's he gone? Where are you gone? Oh, there. Yeah, Lazzari only 1.4. Obviously, he's much shorter, but yeah, he'd probably be a little bit less solid defensively. But it makes sense. It does make sense. Like, he's kind of the rightish age. Like, he's not old at 28. Still in his physical peak, so he should be able to retain his pace for still a while longer. Look at that, progressive runs 3.51. It's like triple what Dumfries does, isn't it? Yeah, Dumfries does 1.4. So he's able to carry the ball. So this is what I'm saying in terms of that different profile, almost tripling Dumfries' numbers when it comes to progressive runs per 90. 41 passes per 90. What does oh no, I didn't put it in for. What does Dumfries do per 90? 31. So yeah, he averages more. So he's just more comfortable on the ball He's just more of a ball player as well, compared to Dumfries. So yeah, I think Lazzari might be the guy, guys. For shout out to Lord Figo, he shouted him out. Atal, Yusuf Atal. I know he was hot. He was a hot name a few years ago. No, I haven't really heard of him much after, because I don't really follow Ligue 1 too heavily. But he's 26 now, so he's not as young as he was before when he was up and coming. But yeah, he's got decent numbers. But I would prefer, like, especially with, like, as we're saying, the season's going to start in a couple of weeks. I think opting for a profile like a tried and tested in Serie A in an Inzaghi system, you can't do much worse than, or you can't do much better than Lazzari. I would like to look at some profiles like Yusuf Atal, but again, I think that would be more as the backup, or looking in a few years to coming through. Thank you, Cody R, for the donation. Missed most of the stream. Love getting stat nerdy. Yeah, bro, you just came at the right time if you like the stat nerdy part, because we're looking at who could potentially replace Dumfries if we do sell him, because it's not really something that we've covered before. You new ownership, you don't know the devil you replace. Yeah, that is also true. I know that people are saying that you don't know that necessarily. Whoever replaces Suning would be better, but I said that as long as you can just inject some capital, it means that at least you don't have to sell by force every summer. This guy I quite liked, and this is like bias from the other day, because when we played Monaco, but again, it's the same issues coming from Ligue 1. 20-year-old Vanderson, he played against us the other day. I don't know if you guys noticed him. He was quite impressive to me. He was very comfortable on the ball. A lot of the attacks from Monaco were coming from his side. And you could see that he liked to take on his man, dribble. But yeah, he's only 20 years old. And again, I think probably a little bit of a risky profile to bring in as a starter right now. But I would like to keep an eye on this Vanderson guy. He looked good against us the other day. Shout out Stojanovic from Empoli. Any other names, guys? Let me know. Any other names in here? Gonzalo Guedes. Yeah, he's a striker slash winger. Malo Gusto. I think he's a centre back, isn't he? I think he's a centre back. There are many right-handed sided players in the team already. Many can take up the position of Dumfries. Yeah, there are many right-sided players, but they're not, starter material. Like, I would not want to go into the season with Darmian as my starting right wing back, and I definitely don't want to see D'Ambrosio anymore playing wing back. Cuadrado, we were linked with Cuadrado, like a few weeks ago when he wasn't renewing, or there was doubts over his contract renewal. He is like a regista right wing back. Like, as much as we hate the guy, like, he is one of my most hated players. Like, him and Theo Hernandez have always been like right up there for like my most hated players. I remember that we used to be linked with this guy as well a few years ago, Korkia. I'm sure we used to be linked with this guy. But yeah, apart from that, obviously Cancelo stands out. Not too many other names are standing out to me available. Obviously, Tariq Lamptey would be expensive as hell from Brighton. Let's go on the other page. Nelson Semedo. What's happened to this guy? Is he even good at Wolves? What's Iwobi doing here? What the hell? Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, I think Tommy mentioned him earlier. Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, again, he's way too clunky on the ball. Like, I make fun of Dumfries, but that guy is as Wan-Bissaka is clunky as hell. Oh, maybe you're right, actually. Who mentioned Malo Gusto? Take it back. Sorry, Moby. There you are. There's Malo Gusto. 19 years old. I've heard about him, but I thought he was a centre back. So maybe I got him confused for someone else. Yeah, interesting. But again, as I say, like, this is probably not the type of profile we're looking at right now. Like we need, if we sell Dumfries, we need a guy that's ready to come in as a starter. And there's Mukiele. This is the guy that PSG signed. So you can see he played right back and centre back 17% of the time, but mainly as a right back. So that's why I'm not 100% sure whether we should be resting easy now that he signed for PSG, because I don't know if he was the alternative to Skriniar. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That he's a very smart signing, like 16 million plus bonuses to 20 million euros. That's the type of signing that we need to be making, like someone that's coming in ready, 24 years old, experienced. Yeah, again, maybe coming from the Bundesliga, so not ideal. It would need some adaptation time, but not too expensive. This guy we were heavily linked to last season. I saw someone mention him as well, Klaus. He's broke into the French national team as well now. But he's 29. Let's see any other names from you guys. Adama Traore. Hey man, if he's on alone, I wouldn't be against trying Adama Traore. Yes, I completely forgot Singo. This is actually, I wanted to propose him even without looking at this, because I actually wanted to. Today, actually, I was gonna make a video about Singo, like a recorded video, but then I decided to do a live stream. Yeah, I'm surprised actually he's not coming up here in this filter. Yeah, Molina is here. Deschilio? What the hell? How did Deschilio make it here? I am surprised that these filters haven't brought through Singo. Okay, let's look at him. So Singo is definitely a potential option I would look at. For yeah, I'm talking about Perisic came back from Bundesliga, but I'm not saying coming from Bundesliga as in like the Bundesliga. I'm just saying like a different league. And then Perisic took like 6-7 months to get used to the wing back role. That's what I'm saying. We need like a guy that's ready to come in straight away. So yeah, here's Singo. Let's have a look at his stats right now. Singo got badly. Did he? I must have missed it. I didn't remember him getting seriously injured. Yeah, he's still only 21 as well. And he had a good season under Juric. Oh yeah, he's had surgery. Not sure how. Was it ACL? I'm not sure what it was. What was it? Single injury. Tottenham summer transfer target suffers injury blow. Of course, Tottenham would link with him. Bad groin injury. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. That's not like an ACL. It's a groin injury. Which can be obviously, like obviously, as you know, with the ghosters, you gotta watch out for those. But it's not, not the end of the world. So yeah, here's Singo. All competitions 2021-22. Let's filter it down to the same stuff we did for Dumfries. So look. Yeah, I must have missed him then, because he is there, 5.25 dribbles. I must have missed him earlier then. So where's he gone? Sorry. Yeah, look at that, 5.25 dribbles, 48% completion. So he attempts a lot, but not great completion rate, but still a lot more than Dumfries. More passing than Dumfries in a Torino team as well. Not bad. Yeah, not bad in terms of aerial duels as well. Progressive runs, one more per match than Dumfries as well. So yeah, I think he is a profile that I like. I liked him last season as well. I would have signed Singo last season because I thought he was kind of ready to make the step up already. I liked what I saw from him even last season. And I guess I'm not sure what his value would be from Torino, but I'm guessing it wouldn't be too expensive. Yeah, Dodo, the guy, he's the Shakhtar Donetsk fullback that went to Fiorentina. They signed him for like 15 million euros. Look at that. Seeing those contract expires next year as an option to extend. But yeah, that's one I would look into. So yeah, I think that's my conclusion. I don't know how much Single would cost, but if we do sell Dumfries, I would try to get Lazzari or Wilfred Singo. I think those are the two ones that I quite like because they, in terms of the stats, they back it up. In terms of eye test, I like both of those players as well. And they should be, in theory, available for decent enough price. In theory, but of course, with Torino and Lazio, the two worst. If you had to rank the presidents in Serie A to negotiate with, is like those. There's three that are the worst, like De Laurentiis for Napoli, Torino, Cairo, and then Lotito, Lazio. Like those three, you just know that negotiation is going to go on for weeks, and you're going to come out with what they originally wanted in the first place. So, yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, there's only initial talks with the Dumfries thing, so let's see how serious Chelsea are. But yeah, for me, he's the one that's sacrificable. I don't know if that's the word, but to me, he's the one I would sacrifice, unfortunately. Hi, bro. Akar says tension restarts. Yeah, with Skriniar and Dumfries again on the radar. Exactly, bro. Exactly. No. Mo in the house. What's up, Mo? No Skriniar to Chelsea. I just bashed him on a show last night. Yeah, Mo is spreading the Serie A light and flag on Premier League shows. Make sure you check him out on like the Football Terrace and other shows. But yeah, we talked about it. It could be a domino effect, Mo. Unfortunately, the whole Kunde thing, the whole Kimpembe thing, like all these domino effects around Europe seem like we come out as the losers at the moment. So let's see what happens. Yeah, we're just closing up on here, guys. How about Lozano? Does he track back? Napoli signed him for like 40 million, bro. Yeah, and I don't know how that conversion to wing back would go. I could see him do that role potentially. I talked about that in the past with the Napoli talk on my channel, but yeah, I don't think that's the right guy. Silvio, what's up? Mo, thank you very much for reminding people to hit the likes, subscribe. Ricardo, what's up, brother? Michael talks in the house. Like talks football. Make sure you guys check out his channel. How can Serie A compete with Premier League when Scamacca joins West Ham for 36 million? Exactly, bro. Scamacca was linked to Inter, Milan, and West Ham end up signing him for, we couldn't even get into, like, we lost a bidding war to Juventus, but we can't even get into a bidding war with West Ham. Like, that's the position. And that's not even for Inter. Like, I know we're broke boys, but even Milan are losing a bidding war for De Ketelaere to Leeds. Like, Leeds have outbid Milan for De Ketelaere. Like, that's the situation. But De Ketelaere obviously wants Milan over Leeds. But that's the reality of the situation for Serie A at the moment. All this talk just to get shit posted by Gary Neville taking a dump on us the other day. Hilarious, but big hypocrite, Gary Neville. Silvio always misses the stream. I'm at work. Sorry, Silvio, but you can always rewind back and rewatch the stream. Chelsea going after Dumfries doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning, Ricardo. If you wanna go back, like it doesn't make sense. Like if you missed on a centre back, why are you going for a right wing back when you've got one of the best talents in the world in Reece James? Unless you're trying to move Reece James to the right centre back and then move Dumfries to the right wing back. But yeah. Do you think Dumfries is worth 40 million? Chelsea fans? Bro, Chelsea fans, I've told the Chelsea fans at the beginning of the stream, you guys are the last guys that should moan about overprice. Like, you man are paying money for like Werner, Havertz, Kepa, and you're moaning about 40 million euros, which is like what, 35 million pounds for Dumfries, is worth it. This guy, former captain of PSV, starter right back, right wing back for Holland, key player for Inter last year, 5 goals, 5 assists in the league, still has a little potential to still improve, still a good age, like definitely worth 40 million. It's not overpriced, definitely worth 40 million. Sucks if you get relegated Premier League, you get 20 million plus. Yeah, exactly. How is that Mela guy? Yeah, he was one of those guys. He was pretty disappointing last year. He was good at the Euros. Yeah, he's one of those guys that had the international tournament hype. That's why you should never buy players of international tournament hypes. You couldn't even get ahead of a Zappacosta last year, Mela. Milenkovic and Demiral. No, I don't think we'll get Milenkovic and Demiral. That would be way too expensive, because then you're just losing on the money you've made from Skriniar, because those two guys will cost you 50, 60 million, both of them together. Yeah, we're all hoping for the best, Ricardo. But yeah, thank you everyone that tuned in. That was an hour-long stream. Even Martino, Milan fan, coming through right at the end. Thank you for passing by, Martino, my boy. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. It was, we did that little Y Scout search for a potential right wing back, and the final result was Lazzari and Singo. If you're watching this afterwards, let me know some names down in the comments down below. Maybe you find, or you have some better names. Remember, it has to be affordable names. Molina, we mentioned him, bro. I said Molina he's gone. He's gone to Atletico Madrid. Yeah, Molina would have been the guy for me. He would have been the guy for me, Molina. Serie A already, decent price. Argentinian, 24, 25 years old, like the right age, everything was there. But Atletico Madrid came in for him, and he's going there. I don't know if it's made official yet, but it's pretty much is. But yeah, thank you everyone that tuned in. Thank you, Mattia. Another great show. Appreciate the love. I hope you're wrong, Tarek, but this is what we're all fearing. Hit the like button, guys. Don't forget to like the videos, guys. As Mattia says, thank you everyone that tuned in, everyone that interacted. Appreciate you all very much. Yes, Michael, Pogba just can't stay fit. Yeah, the signs are all there for Juve before they signed them. Chris, let's end it on this positive note from Chris. He says Dumfries and Skriniar are not going anywhere, so hope you are speaking the truth, Chris. Thank you everyone that tuned in. Ciao ragazzi, always Forza Inter. Like and subscribe.